5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Feels like love is in the air. So I hold my breath till my face turn purple. Keep you bad bitches in my circle. I'm sorry, I wasn't doing enough for Valentine's Day. My fault, y'all. Anyways, welcome to episode 56 of No Cooldown Podcast, man. We are here. My name is ThatManTripp. Hope all y'all are doing very, very well. I'm joined by my podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, WenEazy is in the building. How you doing, WenEazy?
I'm doing pretty well, man. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Hey man, listen, solid. And of course, we got it. No standing this week. He's back. You know what I'm saying? King is in the building. Kyle's popping, dog.
I'm good. I'm having a good day. I'm chilling.
Solid, man. How was y'all Valentine's, man? The boot up people in the podcast. How was y'all feeling?
What did I do? I got Panda like a nice little cake. That shit sucked, but it was a nice gesture. Like no, like it was like I bought it. I was like, yo, this looks crazy. I'm mad birthday, like mad boyfriend points. I ate. I was like, damn, bro. She's like, yeah, this joint is garbage. I'm like, my bad, bro.
But like at least you tried.
No, I did, and I got a little surprise for her. She'll see it this weekend, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Okay, all right. Hand rope, solid. Kai, you about to say you did anything?
I mean,
God damn it. Anyway. Fuck out. Oh my gosh. Nah.
Apex rank go crazy.
Ape, this man did the heartbreak duo. We'll get to that in a second. We'll this is exactly why I put a certain story on here, but you know what I did, you know what I'm saying, for Valentine's Day, I did something that I think I loved a lot. It's rating this podcast 5 stars, man. Go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, rate this podcast 5 stars. Are also available on I was gonna say SoundCloud. We SoundCloud rappers, not SoundCloud. Yeah, that actually we might need to tap into that, honestly, bro. That might be a different market.
But never know. One episode on SoundCloud, and we're just
listen. We might blow up. That might be start somebody's album intro or something like that. We never know. But yeah, what's it called? Google Podcast, Anchor. Of course, the video version is available on Spotify as well, and on the YouTube side, youtube.com/@NoCooldown for all the video versions, shorts, all that good stuff to check it over there. Got a few stories this week to cover. Got one in the warm up, and then get through all the main stuff. So, are y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Born ready.
Let's get into it, man. One story in the warm up. Let's get started with this. So, yeah, so the Witcher 3's next gen update, you know, came out like a few weeks ago, and it reopened people to Geralt, Roach, the whole gang, you know what I'm saying? Classic experience, but some new buds have surfaced over the apparent stolen mod usage on behalf of CD Projekt Red in that next gen version. Now, what mod was stolen from the community without permission, you ask? It was the vagina mod that put coochies in all dispositions and walks of life in the game and on different characters in the world. CD Projekt Red have acknowledged that the mod was added unintentionally and will be removed in an upcoming patch. So, thoughts on coochie, guys? Thoughts on coochie?
Why? Why did you want it like that?
Witcher? I barely know her.
Why'd you do that to us? I don't understand.
Yeah, nah, very, very wild. Man, gamers are good. Man, I don't know, dog. Like, I wish I could be like this. Oh, gamers will be gamers. Like, I know, like, who's in their crib? Like, yo, what about a coochie mod? I think that this would be. I think this would go nuts. Like you took your computer science knowledge and was like, I'm finna do this.
I feel like whenever there's mods, you can always expect some shit like this to happen.
Bro, like, I read too much into this, honestly, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Off the article, they were like, yeah, they got like the hair lengths and stuff, and I'm like, bro, whoa, what is this? The Unreal Engine work? They got the sliders.
No sliders.
Son, they had sliders. No. And they put it on all the female characters in the world, bro. I'm like, bro, y'all are actually insane. The Unreal Engine work, the amount of hours put into this project, and the fact that from the article, if you read deeper into it, like CD Projekt Red is kind of like they hodgepodge a lot of different mods from the community, and they like they pick them up and they put them in the next gen update. Some of them they most all of them they
Bro,
compensated for, but then they didn't mean to put this one in, but it just shows up and it's just
I'm
coochie in there. It's just
trying to
coochie in
read the mod
the
page right now,
official.
but it's making me make an account.
Hey man, they might put you on a subscription, bro. Hey, listen, watch out.
Signing into Nexus for the Coochie mod is wild.
Yeah. Your card details, man. Don't accept. Don't do that.
It's
Don't
not showing up in my Steam library. I don't know what's going on. Let me call up tech support.
Bro. Oh my gosh. The fact that not only on top of the fact that this is an actual mod of such detail, but the fact that they accidentally picked it up and now the official CD Projekt Red has to they have to fully acknowledge that this thing exists on a grand scale and be like, yeah, sorry, we got to move that next patch, y'all. So they'll still be here for a couple of weeks. Gaming is great, man. Gaming is just fantastic.
The amount of oversight that happens is just
unreal.
Like, who slipped that in?
Hey, whoa. We're not making it past. We're not making it past the algorithm today, boys.
Oh gosh, man. Oh shit. Oh, all right, man. That's all I get. Let's move to the main stories of this week, man. Starting with Apex Legends Season 16 is out, and the masses have flocked back to the game, hitting a brand new record for an all-time peak player count with 609,000 players on Steam. And a lot of people getting back into the groove, man. Again, a new gun, the whole class rework, team deathmatch, and the mixtape mode. A lot of stuff is going through, man. We got to hand it over to our resident Apex sweat, Kxngviii, just to kick us off here. How do you feel about Season 16, man? What's going on with Season 16?
Surprisingly, I haven't actually played loads of it yet. I haven't even played DDM. But I've been hearing like loads of good things. And one thing that I noticed, initially when they dropped TDM, it was a 3-round, 20 kills per round, some kind of BS like that.
It was like 30. Yeah.
And just from reading the patch notes, I was like, that's not TDM. that's just not how it works. Why have you tried to remix it? And the day after it dropped, or even like 12 hours after it dropped, I think they were kind of like, all right, we're going to pull back 1 round, first 50 kills, simple, in and out. And I was like, oh shit, is this Respawn? Is this real?
They said, sponsor Respawn is back? What happened?
So that was pretty good. But no, so from when they announced everything that's happening with Season 16, with the class changes and all that kind of stuff, I thought it was all good. The only thing that everyone that plays the game to a certain level is still kind of asking for is rank changes. And they did say not to keep everyone at bay, like, don't worry about it, we know there's a problem, it's just about when they get to it. And I hope it's before Season 17. I hope like we get like a split to Season 16 and like, all right, cool, we're gonna soft launch these G changes. And then I think it will actually be a really good game. I think the game feels really good now with like all the weapon balancing and stuff that they've done. So it's good. I don't really have any big complaints.
Yeah, I haven't touched it yet, but this is the first Apex season in about 3 or 4. Oh, go ahead, Wen.
I have touched it.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
That's crazy.
What?
Yes, I broke my Apex hiatus. I haven't played it since June. I played it a little bit this week. And I think the game is better, but it's not as good as it could be. Like, I'm having fun with it, but the TDM still needs a lot of love. I'm not gonna lie to you. I played a lot of different team deathmatches. This is definitely Apex team deathmatch. I'm not a huge fan of like the whoever win, like the round system. I honestly think team deathmatch doesn't need to be this specifically like sweaty, if it makes any sense. Like, I don't need like rounds. I just need, first to 50 and we keep it pushing. Like, we're here to, a lot of people who are playing team deathmatch are kind of there to like just get better at shooting, get better at the mechanics, that kind of thing. I'm just here to vibe. And you get into these matches where like, well, you'll win 1 round, right? Like the enemy team will lose the round and they'll leave, and there's no backfill. And that's like, they say that they're searching.
That was a big issue. I was like, why is there now a penalty for leaving? Just Backfill. Just
And that's the thing is like unless they add backfill, like the lever penalty, I don't think is the end all be all. I
yeah.
think
I don't
backfill
think it's
would
the way
be
to go.
way better, just in the simple fact that like when people leave, regardless if that person gets penalized or not, I'm still screwed. Like I'm still screwed out of the experience because now I'm going a 6v5 and then it turns
Mm.
into a 4v6 and then it turns into a 3v6 and you're just like at one point we were playing a game and we were stomping them, bro. Everybody on the enemy team left and the game didn't end. Like it just
Yeah, I
kept
heard that
going.
was another problem as well.
And like that's really just like it's a better game. I think Apex has grown more since it started, but like I it sucks when I go for team deathmatch and I ended up playing pubs for the rest of the night because team deathmatch just kept wasn't working the way like when it works, it's an amazing experience, but it doesn't work all the time and you're kind of sitting there like, all right, well, let me go to pubs and get stomped out again. But I will say it is in a better place. I am giving them the benefit of the doubt. I would love to see more changes, but I also think that they're kind of like they need to catch up. They started making moves in the right direction, but like we need to speed up this process because it's not hard to add backfill. I don't think it's hard to add these things to make the game better. It's just more so like if you guys aren't doing these things, what are you guys spending your time on? You know?
Yeah, I hear it. I feel like it's a tough boat for them to be in, bro. Like where do you focus your time? Like, is it the quality of life things? Is the next seasons like there? I think they already had that pipeline established of like, okay, they'll go on this certain path of like, okay, we got these legends set up, got this set up. They might have to adjust stuff, but it's a weird spot to be in. The only thing since I'm the only one that hasn't played it yet, the only thing I was worried about was just the kill count on Team TDM, but they seem to already increase that, which is good. I feel like I agree with you on the round based thing. I kind of don't really like rounds in TDM. I hate when they did that in Call of Duty. I really didn't
Yeah.
care. Just give me like a one, we're going to 100 or we're going to 80, cool, and it will just go like smack that one match in and out. I like the quick exchanges, but having it in rounds, I feel like you kind of prolonging things. Like I can go play domination or control the best thing, at least in the Call of Duty sense, but it is what it is. Um, I was just surprised by the huge influx of people coming back. Like they broke a record. They broke
Yeah.
609K. And I feel like a lot of that was due to the announcement of those class changes of how people played in Battle Royale and how it's kind of been parsed out. I feel like just generally looking at again, like, and we talked about this a little bit last week of just how the game's a lot more like it's chess based now. It's like a lot more tactical considerations. Like people aren't gonna three stack with like the same people, especially in ranked play, especially in comp. I feel like it'll be at least some more variation now because of those those designations in people's classes and what you can access and what you can't access, and some of those tweaks. So I think that actually was a really this probably would have been a better change. I feel like my prediction is that it will be a better change than any addition of a new legend because of now you've added variety and you've added actual plausibility to everybody now. Like people can go and play Fuse and actually have some standing chance in the grand scheme of things instead of just how it was before with those bare bones, you get those abilities and that's it. You have access to certain things where it could benefit you in a certain situation. It's just so much more choice. Only three people in the stack. You got five different classes, a lot more room to run in terms of how you play, what you can do and what you can't do, strengths and weaknesses. It that makes the game a lot more I guess manageable over a longer period of time to just have fun with. Like now so people's like, okay, like King, how many players do you like? Do you say like you main? Like how many players do you have like in your roster right now that you main?
Um, 5.
Damn, that's a whole hell of a lot. Goddamn. But still, to the point, out of the entire stack of the roster, though, you can't go through and main everybody or just have everybody. But he has designated stack though. But now that I don't know what his characters are, but if a majority of those characters are like if three of them are in like the skirmisher class and two of them are recon or like that skew is different, maybe people have to reconsider how they want to play. Now they have to maybe think of a character
100%.
in each and every
It
class that
doesn't matter
they
what
want to.
level you're playing at. It definitely makes you think about what you're gonna
Mhm.
play.
Exactly. It gives you another consideration and that adds life to the game. If you again, if you have like, oh yeah, I gotta learn this character because I don't have anybody in recon yet. And I'm ass at recon. And what if
Yeah.
somebody picks that and I need to pick it up? Or
Like the
something
changes
or
that
other.
they've made to the way like beacon scans work
And they
is
separate.
is
Mhm,
really flung people. Like
mhm.
it's just like, wait, what?
Yep. I made it a whole
Big
separate
change.
entity in and of itself. So I'm like, that's perfect. And that adds so much more it adds so much more risk to the game, and I feel like that's what was a missing piece in enjoying it. I feel like having that risk in choice, not necessarily the gameplay, because the gameplay's always been there. The gameplay's always been pretty solid generally. You know what I'm saying? Aside from weapon balance and the movement, all that stuff, the Apex base is there. But the choice and risk in the choices you make prior to the game when you drop in. Okay, what's the team setup? What's the dynamic? How is it going to affect us in the game? You know what I'm saying? If we some shooters, cool. But if some other shooters pull up, and do we have the right tactical setup to get us over the line? That's what I like in games, especially in like, shooters that have this much choice or aim to have that much choice. That's what I like. So I think they're doing a good job. I think there was definitely that was probably a big reason behind that huge influx of players back into the game. And this could set them up for really good things in the future. They just got to keep up with the quality of life fine tuning,
Yeah.
and they should be fine.
Yeah, I think overall they're heading in the right direction. I don't know what changed.
Mhm.
I don't know what decisions were made up top, but it feels like we're going in the right direction.
100%, 100%, man. People still crying out for what's the name, lifeline buffs and stuff like that, but I don't know if they're gonna get that. I'm
People
sorry.
still crying out for cross progression.
Man, listen, they said it was coming. They said it was coming at some point. I don't know. I don't know when, but my hands are up. I can't speak on that. Going from a player count high to a player count low here. Switching on to the next story. Unfortunate dips for player first games as the player base for MultiVersus at a daily peak has dropped over 99%, with only 986 people logging in to play the game as of Monday this week. So huge, huge drop off from MultiVersus. Just wanted to open the floor to y'all, man. Damn, what's going on?
That's 99.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew the
It's,
game was gonna die, but that's died times 2.
so I've always been a big advocate for multiverses. The reason I've been so quiet about the game in recent times is just like because they've kind of been quiet in recent times. It won fighting game of the year too. Like this is a game that was coming off of like it's one of those moments, and I think that if this game fails, it's just going to be attributed to the fact that this game was not ready to be released when it did. So they were racing against the clock when it came to things to do in it. And that's really what it just comes down to. It's just that like I played the game a lot. Like as you guys know, I really do enjoy the game. And I thought it really could be the Smash contender, but the problem is that there's just not a lot there, and you have to wait for them to release new characters. You have to wait for them. Like ranked mode, I don't even think is out yet. Like it's been I don't know how long since the game is out, and ranked there's not
They're
even a
pulling a
ranked.
roll
Even
company,
since they
man.
announced it too.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where it's like you're looking at it and you're like, you guys had a lot of hype and you guys did an amazing job building up this hype, but you guys just didn't have the content to keep up with it. And even though their content release schedule was insane, it was like for a while, for like 4 months, it was like a new character every other week. Like every single time I got paid, a new character dropped. Like that was insane. But there are no new characters out right now, and I don't know if they're even working on any new characters. There's just not a lot there anymore, and it kind of sucks. Like it is what it is. And I hate to say it, but yeah, I'm kind of on the train of like this game might die. And it sucks to see, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I this one is such a weird concept, honestly, because it's like, yo, I feel like the nature of fighting games is really, really it could be a big benefit to a free to play experience, but it's also how you deliver it in certain little aspects. Like having only a few free characters like there behind the paywall. These are tough asks for people who are just want to get into the game and get access to the roster. I feel like it's such a difficult leap to make and land and stick the landing if you don't have content coming in and out constantly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is the same conversation we've had over the past few weeks when anking. Like content is king at the end of the day. If you see the carrot, if they're dangling the carrot, you know what I'm saying? When they were in early access, they had like player highs, 150K, 160K was the most fighting games ever really got on Steam. And then people were like, yo, this could really be a viable option. This could be a whole long-standing fighter that's free to play. They could break a whole new ground. I was saying that if done correctly, but that was the operative word. If done correctly, if it has the content to back it up, not genre-wise, but release-wise. This could be likened to Halo Infinite. Had the beta release, everybody was loving it. Everybody was like, yo, this is, yes, I'm playing this right now. Let's get in on it. Let's hurry it up. But then as soon as the real thing dropped, the official date happened. And then we were like, okay, cool. We played the hell out of this first build. What's next? And they were like, see us in 3 weeks. We don't know what happened yet. And 3 more weeks passed. And 3 more weeks passed. And 3 more weeks passed. And they didn't have nothing to show for it. If you're going to commit to dropping something on a release date, you have to have that content. I would, again, the requirement goes up and up for me from here. You have to have at least like 9 months to a year's worth of content ready to roll.
MultiVersus a paid game or is it a free game?
It's free.
Free game. It's free to play.
Yeah, that's where you fumbled. You can't drop a free live service game and not have shit to go with it.
And that's the thing that's killing people. Games want to buy into this live service thing because they've seen Fortnite, how they've again evolved this space, and they've made their money off of it. They don't have to.
Everyone needs to apologize to Fortnite. Everyone, all the studios just need to drop that fucking I was unfamiliar with your game meme and just call it a day.
Facts. Because they're one of the only they're one of the only few people. They're probably the only company I've seen that's live service that I can think of off the top of my head. A live service multiplayer game that has backed up their content time and time and time and time again.
Flawlessly, bro.
Collaborative drops. You know what I'm saying? Collaborative drops, season updates, new gun rotation, all that stuff. Every single time.
Name me another game where I can play as Ali A.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a crazy statement to make, but it's a valid, you know what I'm saying? Like they have something. And again, it's going to be subjective because different lanes of content, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's different levels. There's different degrees of difficulty when you're implementing characters, saying a MultiVersus rather to a Fortnite, of course. But their offering is their offering. If you're going to commit to something, you have to be prepared to back it up. That's why these games fail.
Who can they... Technically, they can bring anyone into their game, right?
Yeah.
Anybody under the Warner Brothers banner, bro. They have hella people from DC, hella people from again the Harry Potter universe or whatever. Yeah, there were some custom characters that they were making too, but it's just how quickly could they churn these characters out? And it looked like it had a slowdown around around Gizmo. They double dropped Gizmo and Black Adam, and then after that they was like, all right, we gotta slow down because we barely get Marvin the Martian together, and they dropped Marvin the Martian, and then after that we've heard nothing.
Yeah.
So it's the tough plight of not because it's not a good game, because it's a really good game. It's actually a really, really dope game, and I hope it sticks around, and I hope it does. But when you do not have the content, or you haven't set the expectation for content that you can handle, that's where you lose ground every single time. Whether you're a free to play game, whether you pay for it, but especially in this context for free to play live service stuff, if you do not set the expectation and set the standard for content and content as often as your audience can bear and understand, then you screwed up. You're screwed up and you're set to fail. In almost every single content we've seen. Again, like what? Rumbleverse gone. Yeah, we can go. I don't even want to go down the list and tell you all the free to play games that just died in the past 2 months. You know what I'm saying? But they all died, I think, in my opinion, to one common reason: they didn't have the content to keep people engaged consistently. There was a slowdown. People left and went to the next new shiny thing, and they couldn't retain that audience because they didn't have the content to back it up.
True.
That's why I'm a big fan of. You know what I'm saying? We always say it. If the game is not ready now, delay it. Do whatever you can. Make sure your game is ready to go on day one. And even more than that, make sure you have stuff ready to back it up. Again, another prime example. We talked about this the other day. And what's it called? Fire Emblem Engage. It has the expansion pack's already out. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been like, and I know they have stuff ready to go. They have some. The next expansion, they was like, oh yeah, hold that. We're gonna be ready for the next one. Don't worry about that. Take that in 2 weeks. People just now finishing the story. Oh, more stuff. Fire Emblem Engage. They're a prime example of when you buy in, we're gonna have you covered the entire season with content. Like off
Mm.
rip. Either you have it or you don't. You need to make sure you have it when you press start because there's no turning back. The first impression is crazy, but the second impression of what you got next is even more important because that sets a standard of whether I'm ready to stick with you and you got some fire, or you're just a flash in the pan. I'm gonna move on to the next experience.
Yeah, man. It's definitely the case.
Yeah, man.
I just feel bad for like people that put the hard work in, and it's kind of like
It's so
they,
sad, bro, because these
yeah,
are some really great experiences, man. But it's the
It's
timing.
and I want to say this, like, just because, so they're at like I checked now, they're still at like the 900 800 player ranking. Tekken 7, which is the Tekken game right now, that is at a peak of like 3,000, I want to say. Like, they're not super far off from like a major fighting game. Fighting games don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
huge player
yeah,
bases. Let's like, no,
yeah,
let's not gas it up or like make it seem like these people are like done. They can
No,
easily come
by
back.
no means.
But the problem is like if they're being quiet for this long because they're gonna drop a major content drop, they need to do it soon. But like that is what's needed.
Hmm.
So like
I think that's the hallmark of it, not necessarily the player count. I don't think the player count's going to be the hugest indicator unless it has to be substantiated by something else. And I think the rate that you drop content with, I
yeah.
think that's the thing that has to be seen side to side to be like, yo, okay, so what's going wrong? Do you guys drop anything new? Do you guys do anything different? Did you update stuff? Okay, I can see where stuff has been going. Again, a huge buzz of 150K. That's everybody was talking about that stuff. That's fine. It's like a huge jump,
Yep.
probably over what their median thing, what their average player count will probably be. You know what I'm saying? Probably a huge jump over that, but still, everything comes down to content. Either you have it ready or you don't, and that's what makes people sink and swim in this industry. That's what makes games sink or swim in the eyes of the consumer. So, you know. Damn. Hey man, we spitting. Rate this shit 5 stars, bro. I'm sorry. We on this is bars, man. Listen, man. Thursdays is a hot day, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, man, they don't know, man. They gonna figure it out, bro. We about to take over Thursdays. This is a fucking rap for these motherfuckers. Anyways, moving on to the next story here. Infinity Ward and Call of Duty dropped a couple of details about Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, teasing some things like Gunfight returning to multiplayer with some new maps each season, Plunder returning to Warzone, and Warzone Ranked, separating the casual playlist from an actual ranked playlist on that side of things. So, I mean, thoughts on the updates coming to Season 3 for Call of Duty?
Warzone ranked.
I mean, who cares?
Man, I'm not trying to see who's at the top. It's gonna be I am hacker 75. Number one, like, bro. Hey, again, the Call of Duty ecosystem is like its own thing. So they're probably hype as hell, very happy about this. I wish them the best. I hope they get the hacker problem underway. Sure, bro. Will I be downloading this game? No, not even a little bit.
Bro, honestly, Call of Duty fan base, like 60% of them are just you know what the crazy thing is?
Sad.
It's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't say all that. But 60% of them, they were like, yo, man, I miss the old days. You know what I'm saying? All the way back.
They're just sad.
And
They just
all,
want
all the way
want
back
back.
in. No, not yeah. They want Warzone 1 back, and then the multiplayer people, like most of them are like, "Yo, we need more movement, man. Take us back to the advanced warfare days." I'm like,
The what?
Yeah.
And if you go back to the advanced warfare days, you ask
I
them what they
swear,
want. They're like, we need Modern Warfare 2 days. Like,
facts. I'm
every
like,
other day,
it's
I
all.
see a Warzone creator say, "Oh, look at this clip from the old days."
Oh yeah, I miss Warzone 1.
Every
I
other
missed
day,
it. I'm like,
without fail, I'm seeing someone post the clip of, was it Superstore or whatever it was?
yeah.
And I'm just like, bro,
I'm like,
give it
man,
up.
shut up, bro.
Go play PUBG. Go play Apex. Just stop. If you stop playing, maybe they'll make a good game.
Honestly,
that's
bro.
yeah. We vote with our dollars, and that's kind of how it is. I don't like the thing about Call of Duty that I think is very interesting because I think it's a case study or even just like the concept of like the modern day shooters. Because honestly, I can't even think of a game that has taken Call of Duty's place. The modern day shooter era is just kind of very different now. There's just so
Yeah.
many. Like
Yeah.
you don't have that, like everybody's playing Call of Duty drop, everybody's playing that anymore. Like no, like a lot of people have moved on from that, except
Facts.
for the Call of Duty community.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I feel bad for them but I also don't, because it's
I don't,
one of,
because they're gonna exist no
yeah,
matter what. Like
Facts.
they're gonna sit there and shit on the game
and
as a
just still
group,
buy it.
as a cult,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
and
Facts.
it's the ball's just gonna keep rolling. So
Facts. It's like
it doesn't matter.
it's like they just addicted to some bum ass drugs. Like you addicted to Reggie. That's kind of
Like,
crazy.
it's
Like,
yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's one of
you know
those
what I
things.
mean?
It's like I know the feeling. Listen, as a Battlefield fan, I know the feeling of wanting to capture that
Word.
like feeling of I'm playing the game I played when I was on my PS3 with the boys, and I
Restore
had,
the magic.
you know what I'm saying, restore the
Restore the feeling.
magic. Like, but it's gone, bro. Like it's you're old now, bro. It's wraps. I'm sorry, dog. I wish if we could queue into Call of Duty tomorrow and get that feeling, I'd be right there with you, brother. But it's not gonna happen. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, it's just wild how either they don't know what they want, which I think is most likely the case, or it's just you guys are past it, which it's probably both, to be real. It's probably both. Like, bro, Call of Duty just needs it. You know what it needs is to sit the hell down for a solid year and figure out what it needs to do to be better. But nah, they said, nah, we need that new Sledgehammer release this year, bro. Activision said, yo, we still on the time clock. Microsoft ain't acquired us yet. We gotta move, bro. We gotta keep it rolling.
Sit down
Like,
and be better. Don't make money in my pocket now, baby. Like, what are you talking about?
It's insane, bro. I pray for my Call of Duty people, man. I pray better for y'all, man. We gotta do better, people. We gotta do better. Gotta do better. Anyways, moving forward into the trailer trove, the section where we talk about more watchable media and the news stories from it. First and foremost, had another trailer in for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with more views on the High Evolutionary, the Guardian Squad, some of the emotional beats. One last ride, boys. Are you ready? One last ride. How'd you feel about this
Oh,
one?
that should look good.
Listen, I
I
don't
always
know
got
what to
time for Guardians,
expect.
innit? That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I listen. 2, 1, yes. So 3, I think it'll be better on
Yeah,
the
2
whole.
was definitely but
Yeah, 2, but
Yeah.
I think this trailer looks really good. I'm sorry, I think this trailer looked really, really good.
yeah.
And because
I don't really be giving Marvel credit anymore, so I'm happy to give them
they've
credit
already
for
said
that
they already set the expectation for shit. So it's like I
one.
think it's hard for them to break out the thing and get plaudits for
Yeah.
something.
Have you guys seen any of like the people making fun of the new Ant-Man of certain particular
Nah.
scenes?
Oh
my god.
yeah, I've seen one picture. I'm like, bro, what did you want him to look like, dog?
I
What did
promise
you
you.
want bro to be? Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
Yeah, I've seen that one still, and that's the only thing I'm
Yeah.
like, I was pushing myself to actually look. I'm like, but I'm gonna be real. What did you want him to do? What did you want him to do? You know what I'm saying? Be like an 8-foot tall black dude. And I'm not talking about Kang. I'm not talking about Kang in this context. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you want him to be? What did you
Yeah.
really want him to be? Like, you know, it's whatever. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3 actually does look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Actually does look really good.
It looks alright.
I'm just trying to figure out who's gonna die. I know for sure Drax is out of here. Drax is gone. I know for a fact Drax is out of there.
You think
Rocket
Drax is
might
dead?
die. I think Drax is
No
out of there.
shot.
Drax
No
is done.
shot.
Drax is done.
Batista said he's not doing any more movies.
Exactly the reason why.
Oh, that's
And
true.
I'm like, so
That's true.
I think he's done. I think he's out of there.
Yeah, like
Kaput.
I could see that too. I don't really know who dies and who doesn't.
Oh, yeah, because he wants to play like romance roles now.
Yeah.
Well, he just wants to be an actor. Like that's the thing is like
Yeah.
He said he wants rom-coms, man.
He
He wants
he
I
made a
don't think he's
bag.
gonna get a rom-com without shooting a gun.
I don't know.
at some
I don't
point.
know. You'd be surprised. Bro, listen. For a long time, I will always say this. For a long time, Matthew McConaughey's only thing was rom-coms. That was his. They always casted him in
Yeah.
rom-coms. Now
Facts.
this man
Facts.
is in space. Now he's running multi-million-dollar businesses. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not saying that he will be like we're gonna see like a crazy movie with Batista. But what I am saying is that there's a route. He could hit the lake.
Ah, for sure. I mean, we spoke about this. He's a good actor.
He's a good actor.
He's got to work with people that like understand his range.
Like we're gonna see him as a single father, you know, trying to find love. I can see it. I can see it.
Mayhem in Manila. That's about to be his joint, bro.
Batista, call me. I got ideas. We can work on a script. But this movie looks alright.
This is gonna be a fucking Game Plan 2023 edition.
Hey, it makes money, baby.
Game Plan wasn't even like asked though.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? No, but I think Guardians 3, it'll be cool. Like, I'm not super excited. I'm not really excited for anything that isn't like Ant-Man. It is what it is. Like, I think it'll be cool. I'm kind of over Guardians at this point, but who knows? Maybe I might be wrong.
It's just one of those things I don't really take to heart.
Yeah,
you know? I'm just there for the ride.
Yeah,
at least like Fast Furious films. I'm just there for the ride.
Word. Nah, I hear it, bro. I'm when slow down. He's like, hold on, you're just there for the ride. Nah, this is more than that. That's family in there.
Hey, we're not talking about the better movie dropping this year. We're talking about hey. I'm just saying, when I was watching the Super Bowl, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I was like, when Fast 10 came on, I definitely was watching the whole job.
Listen,
that film is not gonna be good. Like
all I'm gonna say is
you're not watching it right.
Listen, all I'm gonna say about that is, what superhero that you know is pulling 2 helicopters on a car and making them hit each other?
You know what I'm talking about?
Big D, bro.
Bro, my man is ground pounding with a Charger.
With that elegance, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And you know that car got like 800,000 miles on it, bro. He's doing this on one car for like 25 years.
Bro, he flattened a car with another car, bro. It's nuts. It's crazy.
He's driving in hurricanes, man-made hurricanes, bro. You can't stop him, bro. I have the whole Fast family, bro. The Fast family over the Avengers every day. The Fast family is beating the hell out of the Guardians of the Galaxy, bro. On me.
Like,
for sure.
You're gonna see like the Avengers, like, we need to get the Infinity Stones to go back in time to stop Dominic Toretto, but Dominic Toretto's just gonna drive back in time, bro. He's just gonna go back in time himself.
And I'm telling you, and all they need to do is get Ludacris on it. He's like, yeah, I'll get to work on it. Whatever.
I'll hack right into the quantum matrix.
Yeah,
like, Ludacris, you had a garage. How did you go from owning a garage to hacking the Pentagon?
All you need is that old ass Hellcat Tyrese saying, yo, this is crazy. How we gonna go back in time? This is crazy.
You tell me we going back to the Mayans and shit?
And then boom. Thanos would have been gone in 60 seconds.
It's gonna be such a good film. No one can change my mind on that shit. I'll be the first person in the cinema, bro.
Listen, bro, they not ready, bro. We got
I'm gonna wear a leather jacket to the cinema, bro.
I'm wearing a tank top and a gold chain.
Let's keep it a bean, though. Let's keep it a bean. There are some people from the Fast franchise that's dead and got brought back to life. Other people, you know what I'm saying, they got sacrificed for an Infinity Stone. They wasn't coming back. I'm just saying, bro. Resurrection moved different in the Hellcat. I'm just saying, Resurrection moved different. You know what I mean? It look a little bit different on this side, bro. All right. Moving on to the next story of the trailer trope here. According to Deadline, I Am Legend 2 is set to be put in motion, with the alternate ending of the first film being canonized and having traces back to the original book as a source of their inspiration. So Michael B. Jordan set to star in that film. Thoughts on I Am Legend 2?
I don't just clone that nigga again, bro.
Wasn't like the alternate ending is like Will Smith. If you haven't seen I Am Legend, sorry for spoiling it.
It's been like 12.
Nah, there's no way you haven't seen I Am Legend, bro.
Hey,
there's
some of us are on a different timeline.
Fast forward by 30 seconds or something like that.
This is like where Will Smith makes it out of the whole thing, and like he like makes it to the community or whatever that she was trying to go to. Like he makes the cure or whatever.
Like they was about to cap him, but then they just took the body and walked off.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And then he drove in the car to the lady. I think they stopped at the bridge or whatever. I think they did make it to like the edge of the community or something like that. I can't remember exactly where, but he survived. He survived that situation. so he was straight. But then they're trying to base it like off of that. I don't know if they're gonna have like flashback ties with Michael B. Jordan in it, or they're just gonna change the character to Michael B. Jordan and just
If Will
like,
Smith ain't in it, man, that John's gonna be
well,
cheeks.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I'm like,
I
yo,
don't know why.
if you don't have him like go old man Booker Eli mode, I don't get it. I don't
Like,
understand why we can just do that.
I don't want to hear no. He's not in the Actors Guild or whatever. Come on, bro. It was a slap. Like if you don't put my man, if you don't put my man Will Smith in this movie, bro, I'm not
He was-
watching.
You know what's
this,
crazy?
John.
You know what's crazy? The actual article says that it literally says that he's gonna be replacing Will Smith. Someone's in the comments saying, "Oh, Will Smith uncancelled already?" What? How do we get here? How do we get here?
Michael B. Jordan now.
Like I like
Yeah,
some of
I
the, I like Creed. I like Creed. It's a good movie.
I can't wait for Creed 3.
Creed
You know what I'm
3
saying?
looks
But
cool.
Bro,
I don't know about. I ain't with it, bro. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think he's fit for that role.
Bro,
I mean,
I'm
he's
sorry.
fit, but not for that role.
Yeah,
for sure.
not for
Not
that.
for that role.
This is something I can barely see anybody else do that.
That was, I was
Aside
crazy.
from-
I was like this big the first time I watched that film, bro. That film scared the shit out of me. I'll be sorry.
Bro,
That junk is hell.
that dog scene, you don't
They kept the
recover.
dog-
You don't
Ah!
recover from that.
Was it? Wait, what about the? Am I correct in saying there's a scene in the bathroom in the bathtub?
I think there is
When
a scene in the
someone-
bathtub, but I'm not.
Where
I can't remember.
something spooky happens. That I think I remember just scaring the shit out of me at the time.
I remember. Like, there's so many good
I think he's
scenes,
hiding in
bro.
the bathroom. Yeah,
Like-
no, I don't know if he's hiding in the bathroom, but yeah, go ahead.
The one where like he's sitting there and he's talking to the mannequin. He's just like, if you could just please, bro, you could just please talk to me. I was like, oh
Bro.
no, bro, like that is
Bro.
crazy.
That joint hurt. It hurt.
I'm watching that shit this
hurt.
weekend, bro.
Yo, yeah,
I might have to run it back. I might have to run it back.
You think
bro. That's
Michael
a
B.
cla-
Jordan is gonna be having people talking on a podcast like 10 years after the movie came out talking about some? I gotta go rewatch that today. Like, you
Bro,
think,
only reason we're talking about Creed in 10 years' time is Jennifer Meach.
yo, John. Yeah, not gonna lie.
That boy acting his
That's the only
ass
reason
off,
why,
bro.
bro.
That
That's
boy
the
acting his
only
ass
reason
off.
why.
Like, what are you gonna do, bro? Jonathan Majors is dope. I gotta take 3 hands up, bro. Like,
Yo, they're gonna think we hate Michael B. Jordan. People are gonna think like,
I know.
like the
To
Michael
be
B.
honest,
know.
from this podcast, you probably get that vibe.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
It's
lie.
not like that, man. It's not like that,
I
man.
love
It's
Michael B.
not.
Jordan.
Honestly, the only
I'm
reason I
gonna
was
still tell him he's my favorite Fantastic Four character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
Oh.
crazy. That's crazy. That I nah.
Oh, what was it? Fantastic? Yeah, that was the name of the film.
Ah, that hurts. Oh, you reminded me of that dumpster fire, bro. That hurts me so much. Oh gosh. I was about to say the only reason I would kind of dislike this dude is how he pronounced Naruto in that one video.
Naruto.
Yeah. Oh,
He's probably a tone, but that was just funny. That was just
I'm gonna
funny.
watch that right now.
Oh my god. But yeah. I Have Legend 2 coming back. Great. Alternate ending usage. Great. Michael B. Jordan.
If Will Smith isn't in there, that's really the deciding factor. It can
Fact.
be Michael B. Jordan. He could take up the mantle. I don't care about that necessarily. But if you just straight out write out Will Smith's character, that literally made that movie. That movie is nothing without Will Smith. Like I don't know anybody else who you could put in that role that would give you that performance. Like
Fact.
that's really what it comes down to. Like
maybe Mahershala Ali, but I feel like that's still a difference.
but I don't even know if that was that like if Mahershala Ali was acting at that time or at the Will Smith
Nah.
level at that time. Because that's the thing is you got to think about it. It's like Will Smith got people in
Yeah.
that theater to watch something they never even heard
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
before.
And that's just the difference in stuff today, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. People rock with the IP more than they rock with the actor a lot of times,
Yeah.
bro. Like I got to think about the timeline, but Will Smith is one of the last like true born movie stars. Like, yo, you
Yes.
coming? I'm going to see the Will Smith movie. I don't know what the name of it is,
Yeah.
but I'm going to see that movie. He's like one of the last of his breed of that type of style, bro. I can't like
And-
honestly past the 2000. It died early 2000s. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody like Will Smith
Marvel
probably was like
killed
one of the
that.
last ones. Marvel and them they did that.
Yeah.
That joint. No action
Legit.
stars, none of that. That shit is never happening again. That stuff is never happening again. To be real, honestly, I feel like people only know you from
I'm
that
trying to
certain
think
IP.
about like who has that kind of effect.
And nowadays, maybe
new actors, not many.
Yeah, not any of the new actors. Fuck them guys.
Maybe Robert Downey Jr. is probably one of the last ones. Maybe after Will Smith. But again, he got erased a little bit because of Iron Man. But he had that revamp because of Iron Man.
You watched Dr. Dolittle?
What about
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're right. He don't count. But I did watch Tropic Thunder, but Tropic Thunder was star-studded, so that's different. That's different.
What about I was gonna say Daniel Craig.
Craig, but all he did was Bond. All he did was Bond, and then he was in another action movie. He was in Tomb Raider, but he was the backup in Tomb Raider.
Y'all watched Lady with the Dragon Tattoo?
I watched Lady with the Dragon Tattoo. But that's not for him though. I realized he was in it. I didn't know it was him until he was in. Like, he don't count.
It's tough.
Idris Elba? Maybe. Idris Elba, maybe.
But I still
nah, bro. What's that? What's that film with the tower, bro?
With the tower?
Yeah, it's a new film.
The Dark Tower.
Nobody watched that shit. I know that shit made $2 at the fucking.
Crazy. And that was what's the name? Stephen King. That's like a Stephen King thing.
Yeah.
And him and McConaughey was
$2 in the box office is nuts. Like, who paid? Like, how did you only get 2?
Like, what discount did they give you there? Like, were you bartering? Like, there's no way that's the official price.
It was free. I tipped.
Nah. I'm looking.
Idris maybe. Have
you guys seen that? What's that new film, Beast, with him? The one that he said his dog had to get the fuck out.
I actually watched that film, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Half of them were mad stupid in that film. They made some really idiotic decisions. Idris was mad stupid in that movie. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, there's so many films that have come out in like the last 10 years that he's made that like no one gives a fuck.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I'm laughing at the fact that he was in Cats as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in Cats. Yeah, but Cats was a disaster in and of itself.
And this is why you need Will Smith.
Anything with James Corden is slightly a disaster. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It has that potential.
Facts.
Unless you got some real star power and a really good idea, everything else has to really gel, and that motherfucker just has to be in there. You know what I'm saying? That's
I feel like Idris Elba is like a black preset that like fucking people like Ubisoft use.
A priest. That's crazy.
Like, I feel like he's just a placeholder black guy that they just put in films.
Character number 3. I was about to say character set number 3. That's crazy. I feel like he might be under movie star, but I feel like that definition's changed. Like, you just don't see that nowadays, bro. That whole definition's dead. That whole typecast, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's and people that go to films just off of the word of mouth that he's in that.
Yeah,
like that's been done. That's been dead. Ever since Netflix started, it's been dead. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. But
have you guys watched the Netflix series Lupin?
I heard good things, but I
have not. It's on my list, and I need to watch it because I know just the general Lupin thing. I love it, but I need to watch that. I need to watch it.
Complete side note, but I think a story with the actor that plays in the main character in that, that would be a good for a story like I Am Legend. He'd be a good actor for that.
You know,
type of role.
Maybe.
No, I gotta see his performance, but the look down, yes, I can see that. All right,
it's been 4 years since Michael B. Jordan said No Road 2, by the way.
4 years? Oh gosh, I feel old, and that's still egregious to this
He's
day.
looking at me right now, dead in the face. No Road 2.
How can you do that, bro? Anyways, I want to slide to the next story. Speaking of stars, major star Jonathan Majors, who we just spoken about, took to the press in his media run for the new Ant-Man film and stated that he wants Robert Downey Jr. back in the MCU to act opposite of him in future projects. Now, we all know that Iron Man has been put on a t-shirt in the MCU, but there could be room to have this exchange in the future, maybe? How do you feel about his comments? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
a lot
it's
of
not far-fetched. MultiVersus, you know, you can be there, but not Iron Man.
I think like you could even have like a flashback of like Jonathan Majors meeting Iron Man and Iron Man not knowing like who this person is, kind of thing.
With so many iterations.
So many ways they can. Once they opened up that pool, just like anything's possible. Who cares?
Facts. This is the ultimate failsafe. Marvel is so smart. This is the ultimate failsafe. They can just do whatever with basically barely any reasoning, and just be like, yeah, timelines, bro. Shit just happened. You know
Literally.
Timelines, dog.
Literally.
Like
the whole of Endgame basically was like that. It was just like,
bro, I don't know if you like this conversation just reminded me of like, oh yeah, somebody said like, oh yeah, what's it called? Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen were just like, hey, listen, they told us to stay posted. We don't know what's happening, but Marvel told us stay posted if anything happens. So they could really do whatever they want. They're gonna have everybody from every single Marvel-related IP since the beginning of time. They about to have Lou Ferrigno's old ass be a Hulk in the movie, you know what I'm saying, in Secret Wars, and it's about to go crazy. Like they're about to really have. This is gonna be almost as big as Fast 10, like almost there. You know what I'm saying? It's not quite. You know what I'm saying? Like
Honestly, when Marvel gets to that stage where they're reviving and they're gonna go back for their big like doof doof, this is the shit, you know, this is a big enemy, everyone's coming to fight. When they get through the bush and they get to that stage, it is gonna be really good. But until that stage, it's just like nice film.
Yeah. And I feel the way to make all of this really like palatable and like impactful, I feel like they have to lean on Kang a lot. I'm pretty sure they're going to, but they have to lean on Kang a lot to make this work.
I mean, they could throw a curveball. It's like, oh yeah, we're scared of Kang, but there's someone worse.
Yeah. And it's just
I think that's the only curveball. I think that's the only curveball.
I mean, and that's what it was though. Because I mean, if you watch Loki, that was literally the case. It's like, yo, listen, this motherfucker worse than me. It's just me who's kind of hungry. You know what I'm saying? Who got that dog in him still? Good luck. My prediction is that more and more over these next few films, we're gonna see the different versions of Kang. And like it's gonna start being more frequent of like, okay, we getting this one Kang here in the Ant-Man movie. Okay, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. And we might find another one. And in the background, there's just another Kang of a different timeline. He figured out how to get over here. Now he's starting to mess with stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be different bads, but there's gonna be different bad enemies and stuff like that. But another Kang might pop up more and more and more until we have a bunch of them. And it's gonna be, oh yeah, let's make a council. Boom, you know what I'm saying? And then we're making huge timeline, multiversal war, Secret War is gonna blow up all that stuff. I think it's gonna come to a head around what's it called? Later down the line of some major projects. But in terms of him asking for Robert Downey Jr., I feel like it's plausible, and I feel like that's something that definitely could happen. Like is be like all this anticipation brought back. Oh yeah, I'm whooping ass on all these people from all these different timelines. I done killed everybody before, and then another version of Tony Stark just steps in. Like that's entirely plausible.
Well, what are they gonna do though? What is he gonna just be? I think it's gonna be as like, okay, I don't want to say shitty, but just as basic as fucking Tobey Maguire's entrance. Like, how far can you can't take it any further than like seeing Robert Downey Jr. at like a fucking, I don't know, a fucking Subway getting a sandwich, or like at a ball taking a drink off the table. Like
they
can't take it further than that, because if you put him back in the suit, you're done. You're finished. You're actually so finished. It's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like they have to preface the lack of permanence around that situation. If they're gonna cross that line, you have to make sure everybody understands this is not a permanent thing at all. This is a fleeting moment. He gets a little bit of time.
I don't really see any reason for anyone to have like a cameo, like obviously like in the whole grand scheme of the multiverse and all that. I still don't think it's necessary to put a scene and waste time on that in a film.
Yeah,
because like we know it can happen.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and this is the tough task of Marvel. Now is this transitional period where you have to start leaning on the new stars and the new stuff that you're setting up to guide you through to the next part, because the old stuff can only give you that cheap pop, but it's not going to give you that sustaining thing. Oh, they just rely on nostalgia. They brought Robert Downey Jr. ass back. They paid him $1 billion to come act for 5 minutes, and they're gonna say, "Oh, it's bad because it's just a quick buck."
The only way I see it do is like somehow Kang fails, and then he's just like, "I did everything right," and then he just goes through like all of these different versions of like things that have been happening over the last however long, you know?
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I don't need it. I think Iron Man send off was perfect in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? That was good enough for me. I'll take it in this version of the MCU. Knowing Disney, that money calling, so it might happen. That money calling, so is a 70% chance.
If he jumps on the stage, he's gonna charge dumb money.
They wouldn't promo him before the fact. If they would do it, they would make sure they hide it as well as possible. They're gonna hide it. Like they tried to hide Spider-Man, hopefully do better than that in hiding it, but they're gonna try and cover it up until it actually happens. I bet money. All the leaks and rumors might spill a little bit, but They're gonna try the damnedest to keep it under
This
wraps.
guy's gonna have to have a whole makeup team before he steps out the house.
Bro, he's gonna be finished. He's gonna be finished. 6-hour makeup days just to leave. Oh yeah, it's wraps for him, bro. To be real. Moving on here. Speaking of the MCU, damn, we got hella stories on them. The QB of the MCU, Mr. Kevin Feige himself has been hard at work getting the new phases in line, and he had a few comments and updates for us, including slowing down and spacing out the Marvel TV releases to give them some more room to breathe and hit the outlets. Stating that Spider-Man 4 is ready to be written and pen is put to paper on where they'll go next, so the project is off and running, and details that the Fantastic Four is set to be a big pillar of the MCU, similar to the way that they've been a base for a lot of the comic stories over the past 50 or 60 years. So we can break this down one by one. First and foremost, we'll go bottom up. Fantastic Four being that important pillar of the MCU, him stating a lot of importance on a Fantastic Four. I feel like this is tough considering Fantastic Four's past, but I don't know how y'all feel about this.
I feel like the only thing that they can really do to fuck this up is casting.
Yeah.
Yes. Quite literally.
I don't think there's many ways that you can really fuck up any of the stories, and then you've like the actual, like the way the VFX or anything will go in the film. Like I think they got it, you know.
Yeah.
We can trust them with that much.
Now.
It's just about who plays the roles.
Yeah. I don't think any of them is gonna be like every time like the first Fantastic Four movies were a product of their time. Like I don't really even think those movies are bad for the time that they were made. They weren't the best, but they could have been way worse. The newest one obviously was just people trying to do too much, and that's why like I don't think it's Marvel. They got the formula. It's a superhero movie. It's like being like, oh, McDonald's can't make a burger. Like it's their whole thing. They got it down packed.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that they should run with Joan Krasinski.
I
don't think that should happen. No.
I honestly, at this point, it was just a fan casting, and I feel like it was good for that moment, but now it's kind of it would be really weird for them to redip into it like now. I feel like they would need to cast somebody probably slightly younger, probably slightly, just a little bit more
involved.
Oh my god! I've just seen someone do a fan thingy-majig of the guy from Percy Jackson.
Oh, did they? Wait, a fan cast or the actual cast? Because this is an actual cast.
They photoshopped him into the suit and shit.
Oh, the suit? Now, listen, that show gonna be cracked. I don't care what anybody says. That Percy Jackson joint, that gonna be fire. This is completely unrelated, but that joint gonna be fire. They got Edge in there. You know what I'm saying? That joint go hit. I don't care what anybody says. That joint gonna be fire. That's just me.
What am I looking at right now? Someone has just photoshopped Joe from You as Fantastic Four.
Oh, Fantastic Four. A lot of people been saying Penn Badgley might be Reed. I don't know.
I see it with a different haircut and less beard.
It would be kind of crazy. I'm like, yo, how long you been stalking Sue? I don't want that connotation with that. I ain't gonna lie, but it's up in the air. I trust them to do the casting well, and honestly, I am a big fan of Fantastic Four. I actually am. I was very hyped for the first movie that came out in 2005. Kind of disappointed. For my own good, did not watch the 2015 one. Thank goodness, because I would have honestly. I just saw that last little bit, that last little scene, and that pissed me off in its own right. So we haven't had too many fantastic goes of delivering this a franchise on the big screen, in my opinion. So giving this much emphasis on it, I feel like this will be a really good outing because Kevin Feige's so close to it. And just off of the fact that he said, listen, this is going to spawn like this. Typically, at least in the comics, this is the basis for Secret Wars. This is the basis for a lot of different stories. This could be a direct line to Galactus as another big bad in the MCU and stuff like that. Like Fantastic Four tied into a lot of stuff. So getting this right is crucial. Like they need to nail this. Like this needs to be one of their best films that they dropped to date. Like out of the gate, it needs to be a top 8 film. I'm gonna keep it at that.
I think they're kind of being selective on what they put effort into.
Yeah, I feel like it's like
fair enough, I guess.
Yeah,
because
and I feel like it's
they have a lot of good films coming up. So.
But it's like the next level joints. I feel like it's like whatever Feige has enough proximity to. Like he's close to this one. I know for a fact he's close to this one, especially with the directory hirings and all stuff like that.
Yeah,
he's close. He's close. So we gotta see where that goes. Quick statement. Yeah, Spider-Man 4 is ready to go. Just a guess on what the story might be about. Spider-Man 4.
I have no idea.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Honestly, how it ended off, he's still gonna be a broke ass nigga, which sucks. He's gonna be delivering pizza again, which is
God damn,
tough,
bro.
tough, buddy. You knew Iron Man, now you know nobody. Now you're in a trashy apartment. That's a tough way to live. Honestly, I would go to the rooftops. Like, I know Tony. I knew him. He knew me, man. I would ditch that for everything. He's got to start from the bottom. I think that we're gonna get that introduction to possibly Osborn in the universe.
I can see that.
We haven't seen
Yeah.
anything about Harry or Norman Osborn yet, and I feel like since he's starting from that ground level, that bottom level and stuff, he might get introduced to something via like an internship or
Yeah,
program.
because it would be at this point in his life where he does meet them anyways.
He's gonna start heading into college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that year he'll meet like again like he well yeah no yeah I don't know if they won't do a Gwen. I think they'll probably just keep MJ around as that
Nah.
like that thing. But this is
They
around
keep
that
that
time
for
period
that for
where
Miles.
yeah where Harry and them hey listen that's a whole nother kettle of fish. Honestly, I have my own. I'm still holding my own little Miles Morales theory on something, bro. I think he will end up in the MCU or some live action format, but that's gonna be at the end of Spider-Verse. Like
At
he's
the end
gonna
of
do
Spider-Verse, he's gonna go through and he's gonna end up in IRL.
yep across the
Live
Spider-Verse. He's gonna do
action.
some. I'm
Hey,
telling you, that's
he's
my
gonna be like,
theory. That's my
I'm
theory.
sending you home. He's gonna jump through whatever fucking magical pool shit they create, and he's gonna fucking end up
He's like,
standing
what is
next to the
this?
fucking Hulk or some shit.
And then he's standing next to Donald Glover and shit, like wondering what happened. Like, oh,
Yeah,
everyone's
literally.
so yeah, I don't know. Spider-Man 4, I don't know who the big bad will be, but Venom will be somewhere around this movie because of symbiotes in the MCU now. Because I'm about
Yeah.
to say that will happen, I guess. And that'll be a fun way to connect things. So we'll figure it out. But I have faith that this is still gonna be good. I enjoyed No Way Home very, very much because I am a whore for nostalgia, especially Spider-Man nostalgia. So I'll take it. And I think they'll kick off well. So that's cool. And thoughts on them slowing down the TV schedule just to kind of make
Good,
more
bro.
impactful shows.
Never watched them to
Good.
begin with.
Damn. So
There's just too many. I just don't have time.
yeah. No, and that's a case in point. I feel like
I'll never be mad at people deciding to slow down production to make better quality stuff.
Yeah.
especially with the slate that they have, like Secret Invasion, that they need time. You need time for that. You need time for some real heavy stuff like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like there's got to be some
You need
type
more than time, bro. You need celestial the guidance. That's a task.
Nah, facts though. I ain't gonna lie. You really need to lock in with that. But I would say this is probably the best move they could do. Slowing down and getting your best workout is the best thing you can do, especially with the saturation we had in the last phase of TV shows. It's hard for people to get into them if they don't have enough space to like look at everything. Because like
Yeah.
when people see Marvel, they're gonna think of everything they gotta do. They're like, oh yeah, let's run through a marathon, let's go chronological and stuff like that. What can I watch right now? It's out right now.
Bro,
People are gonna bunch it up. So if you
I feel
have
like
less
everyone
to work with, it's easier to get into.
everyone of a certain age can relate to the fact that it was like, okay, Marvel's dropping. When are we gonna see it? I haven't felt that way
In a
in
minute, it's been a little bit.
ages.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. The only reason I did that recently was for Avatar.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy
completely
because I would have
completely
done
left field.
that.
Like,
Yeah. No, yeah, word. What was I excited for in terms of releases?
I was more excited for fucking the new Knives Out.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That was probably the last one I was super excited for. Knives Out, the Knives Out sequel, Glass Onion, because I love Knives Out. I was about to say, yeah, but listen, they're doing the right thing by slowing it down. So shout out to Feige, shout out to that. Real quick, Velma season 2 has been confirmed after all the waves of backlash, roasting, and more. How are we feeling about Velma season 2, guys?
Not
I don't watch
surprised.
that shit, bro.
I'm definitely not surprised at this, bro. Y'all need to shut the fuck up, bro. People out there, complainers of all ages, dispositions, and walks of life. If you do not like something and you do not want to see more of it, there's a simple solution. It's free 99, no shipping and handling required. Shut the fuck up. Like just shh, and it'll go away more likely than not.
Yeah.
Like damn, bro. Like it's crazy how many shows this has happened to now.
People don't understand that. Like, it goes back to that saying of like any kind of
Any news
publicity.
is good news. Any
Yeah, like
publicity is publicity.
it's the same shit. Like, if you don't speak on it, they'll be like, "Oh shit, this is sucks." Oh, people are saying bad shit on Twitter. Yeah. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally gonna be the reaction.
Yeah, no lies, bro. No lies. It's like, yo, the engagement ticker, how many impressions you get, it doesn't tell you good or
Yeah.
bad impressions in it. It's just the
Like
number. So
bad
they're gonna
impressions isn't gonna stop people getting paid.
Yeah.
People
Facts.
just don't understand that shit.
Facts. And y'all gonna hate on it. It's gonna get to season 5. Y'all still gonna hate on it. It's just gonna get that whole treatment, bro. Damn it.
It's like watch how this next season of Rick and Morty does. Watch.
Mhm.
Listen, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, that's a whole different one, bro. And somebody pointed out the other day about that Rick and Morty stuff that like he only wrote a dude like only wrote like 5 episodes, which is crazy.
Yeah,
And not to
I saw
discredit,
something about that.
not to discredit what he did on the show, even though he's a piece of shit. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like he did create the co-create the series, but it's like, yo, he only worked on so many episodes, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
episodes that were like people's most critically acclaimed joints, he had barely anything to do with in terms of the
Yeah.
writing and scripting of it. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
It's wild, bro. It's wild. But yeah, last story on the trailer trove. Real quick.
Fuck that nigga, bro.
The problematic son has returned. The Flash trailer has released. And it's a
Yo,
lot.
if
How
they
we
don't
feeling?
get a studio to paste Grant Gustin's face all over this film, I'm mad, bro.
Yeah, it just seemed like I was watching it. I was like, this is cool, but like, this is just a waste of resources at this point. Because no matter what, like, no matter how good this movie is, I'm not watching it in theaters. But even if it was like the best Flash movie ever, you can't. He's ruined that. Like it's
Yeah, he's
tainted.
completely ruined their reputation.
You have to reset it. Like even if you don't want to, you have to reset this. Because out of
Hey,
all the people, out of all the superhero characters, the Flash is the one person, like, as an actor, you don't want to mess up like this because the Flash resets the universe all the time. So
All
like
the time, bro.
you could reset it. He could have been like the one consistent in the DCEU, but or the
Yeah,
DCU.
it might happen during the film.
Yeah, like, but the thing is, like, if he resets it, it'll still be the same guy. Like, that's what the problem is like, it'll still be like, damn, like, technically, we don't want it to be the same guy. So, like, hopefully in the film, it's one of those, like, passing the torch moments or whatever. But, like, he's just not, you can't do it. Like, it's just one of those
Yeah.
moments. Like, I was watching, I was like, this looks like a
storyline.
sick movie, but he sucks. Like, he's a horrible person.
Yeah, it's like, there's no way they've actually decided to just fucking ignore everything.
shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is very wild because he is an actual detestable human being with a One Piece long list worth of fines and offenses. Like he could really be put on a One Piece poster and have all of his shit just go down a roll on a wall, wanted. But that trailer was fire, bro.
Bro, whoever it is, he did it. Even if he didn't do it, he did it. Like it's crazy.
Guilty as fuck. But that trailer was fire. I
was a
can't even
good
front you.
trailer.
That trailer was fire. Michael Keaton, man. That's that's one of my guys, bro. Michael Keaton Batman was one of them ones, had that dog in him, bro. You need to go watch the OG Batmans if you need to. Those like it was a 90, 91, 89, around that time. Like go Pete. Michael Keaton was one of them ones, bro. So it looks really good. But the fact of the matter is, you're gonna have to do something. If you're keeping him on, that's a crazy slight. Y'all gonna get roasted anyhow.
Bro.
If you keep him
Roasted
on
like
after this,
crazy. Yo, they're cooked.
y'all about to get cooked.
Yo, they are getting.
But if
I would not want to be working for socials.
but if you keep the continuity of it and you cut it off there and say, hey, listen, we're resetting the Flash 2, he's getting his stuff redone and we're recasting him, I can at least rest knowing I can enjoy this movie without the consequence of he's gonna be here past this film. But
I hope that's what they do. Like mid-film, they keep it quiet. They've casted someone else, and like 20 minutes in, some shit happens. He's no longer in the film.
Like as long as by the end of the film, something happens where it's rearranged and something like that, if somebody else get Grant Gustin, I don't know, whatever you need to do. Cool. Reshoot that, get it in, whatever. But aside from him, Kara looked dope, Supergirl looked dope, Zod is back.
Yeah, all of those
everything else was heat.
look good.
Everything else was heat, bro. I can't even front on you, man. Like everything they had, what's it called? Affleck was in there too. like it looks like a really good mix of characters, and it looks like it looked like a fun time. It looked like a
Yeah.
fun time. But then you
Yeah.
just have the asterisk of this motherfucker still here.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Literally.
Get him out so I can enjoy the rest of my night. That's all I want. That's all. If there's rectification at the end of this, you know what I'm saying? If there's some vindication from this, as long as he's gone at the end of the film, I can fully back it. But if he's not, and DCU, you know what I'm saying? It's looking real tough. I don't know.
I was being looking tough. Ain't nobody care anymore, bro.
Listen, my personal belief is that James Gunn can actually restore the feeling, but he has to tread very carefully. Him and Peter Safran have to tread very carefully and do damn near everything right. Like, which is a tough job for DC in and of
Tough as
itself.
hell, bro.
If DC's known for one thing, is not doing nothing right now. At least for the past several years. And Stanley SquarePants, everything they do is wrong, explosion, negative, done. But they have a job to do, and if they're patient, and if they just take the right forks in the road, if they take the right path on those forks in the road, they can actually get back in good shape, and not just in competition with Marvel or whatever. Because I don't care about that. I just want them to make good shit so I can enjoy it. I'm selfish. I don't care about competition and y'all making a crazy amount of money more than Marvel. Just make stuff that I enjoy.
Yeah.
If I like, you know what I'm saying? If I like it, if the fans like it, we eating cool. That's all you need to do. Focus on that. So we'll figure it out. We'll see. But yeah, Ezra need jail time, but this trailer was heat. I'm sorry. Moving on to the last stories of the episode here. I had some interesting information come through from Matt Sophos, the narrative director from God of War Ragnarok. And in some of the earlier drafts, the team spoilers for those involved in this stuff, kind of spoilers. If you ain't played the game, I'm sorry. Just skip over the section, guys. I'm sorry. But the team actually almost settled on Kratos dying to Thor in that first boss fight.
I read this shit and I was like, there's no way.
And then at some point, they would have Atreus pull him out of hell a 20-year gap in the future. So at some point, he'd have to actually grab him.
So wild, bro.
And pull him out.
I can't even imagine. Now that I played the game, I can't even imagine them trying to do this shit. What do you mean?
That would have been nuts. I like this concept. I'm happy they didn't go with it, but I think that would have been crazy. But I don't think we're at a point in the God of War franchise where we need a time skip. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it felt so just weird.
Yeah, like there's still too much in the world that we haven't seen that we wanted to explore. Like now, if they did a time skip, I'd be for it.
Yeah, like after this game,
yeah,
kill him, get him, stab him, everything.
Hey, that's crazy.
I'll happily take a time skip now. But I don't think they should have ever done it before doing this. I think
that would have been
that
nuts.
was a great.
I love the heart though. I love the idea. Like they're cooking over there.
I like that they were ready to take that risk, or at least let people know, like, hey, nobody's safe. Not even Kratos. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I like them taking that. You know what I mean?
It would have had the same shock factor as when Thor fucking smashed him in.
It wouldn't, and just like that little fear of like, yo, he could really be cooked. But then, if he died there, it would have kind of killed the whole buzz of Odin. It kind of, it's for me, it would have killed it because of like, yo, Thor's cooking, he's whooping his ass, but then Odin's still in the background lurking. He's like, yeah, hand him my light work. Like, if he's bad, what is Odin gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would have ruined the story beats of what could have been. You know,
I can definitely see them running a story like that now.
Yeah,
where he dies and Atreus has to do some shit to get him back, or go through this crazy experience to get him back. I feel like that would be good. I wouldn't mind if they stretched it out into a couple games either.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what's going to be in store, but for the next game, personally, I would like to see like a little a condensed, like a Miles Morales Lost Legacy, Uncharted Lost Legacy type of story where it's just like it's Atreus on that little journey to collect some of the Jotun souls and stuff like that. That would be a cool little offshoot story, and it might take him somewhere else. Who knows where that might lead? That could be like the intro to a different, you know what I'm saying, like entire pantheon of gods. Like he ends up rolling up on them, and at the end of the game, maybe he gets caught and tied up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, you got to send a signal. Hey, yo, Kratos. And then Kratos comes running into a new pantheon. That could be a nice intro. I'm not no damn writer, you know what I'm saying? My stuff basic, but I'm just spitballing.
The way they've left it definitely should go like that. Like from here on out, it is about Atreus,
Yeah,
and then
he has to take the lead on it.
something really bad, because Atreus is still very young, so
Yeah.
something really bad should happen to Atreus that causes for a moment where the camera pans in from the bottom and it's Kratos' feet, and then they just pan zoom out, and everyone just goes fucking crazy in the crowds, and the soundtrack plays again, or like it's just going crazy. That is how they should do it. I think that would be sick.
That would be kind of crazy. Like again, remember the God of War 2 cover where he's staring back,
Yeah.
staring back, and he's looking like out at like you know what I'm saying, like the castle and all stuff like that, like a whole shot like that. That would be that would be wild, bro. Like I think one of the hallmarks or one of the talking points that people have talked about is like Kratos, he's the god of therapy now. He's the god of therapy. You know what I'm saying? And yo, shout out to Negus. Negus has said this verbatim. He's the god of, yeah, shout out to our boy Negus, but he's like, oh, he's the god of therapy, he's not the god of war. Where's the violence and stuff like that? And you've only seen that rare points in the game when you call Atreus out of his name and say you're gonna do something to him, that's when he turns up. So
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
if you give that room in the story for like, hey, something really bad is about to happen to Atreus, like he gets kidnapped or he gets placed in a certain situation, another pantheon or another area of the game.
Man, niggas, I want this guy dead, you know.
Mad helly people. And the fact is, like, yo, all the pantheons got a group chat or something like that. They be hearing stuff on the timeline. You know what I'm saying? They on their Twitter, like, hey, yo, Kratos just messed up Olympus. It's gone. I'm about to say half of the ace here dead. They hear about this stuff. So him going crazy, like him going pure bloodlust and getting back to that old way where he's a little bit more dangerous because Atreus is in trouble.
He's always gonna have that in him, bro.
And the fact that people didn't see enough of it in the second game is why people were like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. But if you gave him that incentive, that story beat, that narrative,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Give it, bro.
You pushed me to this point. You did this,
bro. Put him. Hey, put an apple in his mouth and put him over the fire, bro. Cool that nigga. Get him in there.
If that's what gets us to see like crazy bloodthirsty Kratos from the first trilogy, hey, that could be a good story beat. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I don't know. That's fire. That's fire, man. Hey, listen. Hey, I'm just saying. They can hire Santa Monica. Santa Monica, we out here.
Telling you, bro.
Let's let them know. Anyways, moving on to this next story here. With that whole UK CMA Activision debacle, Microsoft have seemed to reveal a bit of contradictory statements on Xbox Game Pass. As a statement in those reports said, Microsoft also submitted that its internal analysis showed a redacted % decline in base game sales 12 months following their addition on Game Pass. Now, they've combated this statement with mentions of an additional compensation program for participants of Game Pass distribution, and with that, more people want to get involved in the service. So there's a lot of information flying around, you know what I'm saying? But people are saying, and it might be a slight confirmation here that Xbox might cannibalize some sales if games get on that service, but Xbox is saying they supplement stuff. So I mean, what's really going on here, and how do y'all feel about it?
It makes sense. Like I got the game for $15 a month, so I already beat it. I'm not gonna buy it full, like if it's a full on release. There are games that I played on Game Pass that I bought full on releases for, like Total War Warhammer 3. Like there are games that need to be bought outside of this subscription service, and there are games that I have left the service and I've bought myself too. There are benefits, but 1000% it is more negatives if you're going for game sales. I don't think being on Game Pass is your best bet unless you're going to be on Game Pass for 1 month. Like if you're like for the shortest amount possible where you know they can't beat your game, then maybe that's a good call. But I mean, we kind of knew that this was happening. I really hope they're not lying about that compensation. I think that is really important. And it'll get more people. Like if you tell me like, yo, I can either take the gamble of putting my game out there day one on the market, no Game Pass, or I can hurt my sales but get a guaranteed bag from Microsoft. I think that's fair. I think that's not a bad idea whatsoever.
It's like you're independent artist, but then you get a distribution deal. It's not necessarily like you're selling your whole rights away, but then you're taking that little cut, but then that cut, they're going to promo the game for you. They're going to do a lot of different things that a label does that you won't have necessarily the capacity or scalability to do at a big rate. Like it's their brand and they're going to put you onto that. And then you'll get that cut from it for having your participation in the service. So it's just that fair. It's just that exchange. Now, are those rates fair? I don't know, because I'm not a game developer, but I hope they are. I feel like that they've kind of already provided that counterbalance if that's the fact. But I know all the Sony employees and stuff saw like, it does cannibalize sales. It's over. Phil Spencer, you're a terrorist. Like No, relax. Like I think that as long as they have that counterbalance of that compensation program, it eases a lot of things. But I think people sometimes take it too far when they see just confirmation of one thing, but they omit the information of things that help support it, or like put that fear or unrest to bed. Man, shit is crazy, bro. But yeah, I gotta chill on Game Pass, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's anointed. Y'all need to chill out. I don't know what y'all thought it was, bro. Game Pass really vetted out in the streets. Anyways, Sega has stated that Sonic Frontiers was a success that exceeded expectations, and that they've opened the purse even more to expand the budget on the virtually confirmed sequel. So, thoughts on them opening a bigger bag for more Sonic Frontiers?
Good. I haven't played it yet. I really want to get it, but I haven't. There's a list of games on my Switch backlog that I need to get to.
You got a
Sonic,
backlog by platform?
yes, because Switch is different from my other platforms
Oh,
because I can't play Xenogears on Steam. So like
yeah,
that's a
fair.
game that's on the
Okay,
I just got a hold of Legend of
okay.
Zelda Breath of the Wild. I've played a lot of it, never beat it. I just got a hold of that. I got to play that, but this Sonic game looked really good. I'm happy that Sonic is doing well. Sonic fans everywhere showed us that being a masochist pays off in the end. Hopefully this second game is not gonna suck.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I haven't. I literally just recently got a Switch. I got to go play Sonic Frontiers, honestly. But I'm down to play it, and it seems like I got a 7 out of 10, so it's actually decent. So you guys survived this one. So you know what? Take it. You guys get more Sonic. Y- Kudos to y'all. Y'all survived the drought. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all y'all need to do. Support this out of the drought, and y'all was fine. So hey, listen, more power to them. More power to Sega. Shoot.
Yeah, I think on a general scale they did everything well. Like the story I heard isn't bad. The controls I've actually played the game.
Mm.
The controls are actually quite good. Um, the actual world itself is a little bit plain. I don't know if you guys have seen any gameplay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen it's a
Uh,
little bit like spaced out. Some of it's like I think it's just because certain parts of the world, like especially that island world. I think there were certain stages I saw like there was like a big highway that looked more Sonic like,
yeah,
but
yeah. Like it's certain areas, but like I think it's especially when you like first get into the game, it's kind of like
mhm,
Yeah.
it's a little bit boring.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the soundtrack as well is something that people
I
were
heard really
like
good
making
things.
big
Mm.
waves about. So overall, I think
Some
it
people were tight about that soundtrack not winning
really.
soundtrack of the year. Some people was mad tight about it. I
Oh,
was like,
oh,
well,
okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't think it was nominated. It might have been, but I
But
can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah,
yeah, I
people
think
were saying it
if
was
you're a
fire.
Sonic fan, like they really hit the mark in terms of like what they what they want to be doing.
Yeah. You
Mm.
could have got a
Um,
Sonic Forces too, and you got this instead. Be happy.
Count your lucky stars, baby.
yeah.
Count your lucky
So
rings.
yeah, now that it's done good, the second one I expect to be better,
Yeah.
just because the feedback that they're getting is actually like good feedback. Like everyone that I've seen comment on the game has given like detailed feedback.
100%. And this is coming. They're coming a long way. Again, they was getting shat on for that IGN exclusive gameplay, which IGN should have never. They
I have
should
a
have
lot
gotten
of
some
issues with
expert.
IGN.
Yeah,
Everyone does.
that's in general. They need some people who actually play them Sonic games to they jump on those. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother thing in of itself. But I think given from the situation that they started in, like the promo and like the negative press, to really turn it around. You know what I'm saying? They show people like they got potential here. Sonic's still alive. So again, shout outs to them. All right, moving on to the last story of the pod here. With Pokemon Day fast approaching on February 27th, a lot of tinfoil hat talk and speculation is going down on what we might see from Pokemon on any new announcement events, directs, all that stuff, and that sort of thing. Some sneaky people, though, online have allegedly found some lines of code from the Pokemon Together section of the website that suggests that Spike Chunsoft is involved within the new slew of information. That's right. For those unfamiliar, Spike Chunsoft is the team who are the masterminds behind the Mystery Dungeon spin-off series, and many are suggesting that we may see something new from them, namely a new entry into the Mystery Dungeon series. So thoughts on this?
Cool.
Yeah, like I like Mystery Dungeon, but like I'm not gonna lie to you, not being able to evolve always sucked. I always thought that that was so
Yes.
stupid. So like, will I buy this unless I can evolve? No. Like I'll watch it from
Okay.
a distance. Will it
Hey, I'm
be
not gonna
cool? The
lie.
Pokemon fans are gonna be
I'm
eaten
buying.
for sure.
Yeah,
It's been
nah,
like
really cool game, but
it's been like 7 or 8 years since like a new one dropped. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I might buy that. The mystery dungeon was heat. Mystery dungeon was heat. I I'm sorry. I got used to it. It was nice.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It was one of
Yeah,
those games where I could play it today and be like, this is good, but like it's just not my cup of tea. And
yeah.
I don't think it's a
Whereas,
bad game. I think it was a great concept. I've played, I think, two of them. Like I think I beat two of
mm,
them and was a fan of them, but like I'm a huge fan of like Blastoise, and I'm Squirtle the whole time. I was just like, damn,
yeah,
this kind of sucks. Like I want to like I was a Machamp,
yeah,
and I was like,
mm,
I'm so happy that I got to like not Machamp. I was a Machoke.
my
No,
coat, yeah.
Machop. I was a Machop,
Oh,
and I
you
was
oh
like,
you're
I want to be
little
a
man,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I want to be a Machamp, but they were like, nah, you can't do
Yeah.
that
nah,
in this game, and I was like,
yeah.
all right.
Which is wild. But like honestly, that could be one of those big like that could be a big selling point if they do a new one.
If they
Like,
do
just, hey,
that, I'm in it. I'm like,
mhm,
this is a different conversation, but
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But hey, listen, I'm if they talking about that, that's some heat. You know what I'm saying? Drop if they have a direct and they talking about, Pokemon, what's it called? The new joint DLC, drop that, you know what I'm saying? And that's a solid that's more than I expected from any direct of Pokemon's, especially from one this year. So if they do that, they cooking. They cooking. So I mean, man, my fingers crossed. I don't know about y'all. I need that. I need that. So we'll hope for the best.
I want a new console first.
Oh, listen, that you ain't getting that. Sorry, you ain't getting that shit. You
I'm
saw
trying to
they
see
dropped
4K 60 FPS
they
Pokemon.
they raised that Legend of Zelda price. You ain't never getting that, my
uh,
boy. That ain't
God
never happening.
damn.
That ain't never happening, bro. You're not getting that for another 3 years. That's a wraps. All right, man. That's all the notes we had on the podcast today. Anything that we might have missed from stories this week?
Nah, I think that's everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I cannot think of anything off of the top of my head. Man, I was about to say WWE 2K23 is coming. I'm about to go crazy in that. That
2022 is
honestly,
on sale right now.
is it?
It's $15.
That actually is not bad at all. I
It's
might
not,
have
but
to.
I might not buy it because it's
Yeah, because it's already close.
yeah, it's so
It's already
close.
almost March. I was about to say, yeah, I might have to just like hold it down. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
What's it
wait.
called?
John Wick.
What?
Oh yeah, the trailer for part 4 came out
For
Yeah.
what?
for John Wick.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, watch that, bro.
It's crack. My review, without even watching a single second of that trailer, it will be crack. That's all you need to know. It's John Wick, man. Stop, Baba Yaga in the building. Stop playing with him, man. That's
Yeah,
all you need to know.
I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah, nah, it's gonna be absolute fire. But yeah, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying, off the top of my head. That's all stories there. Closing notes. WenEazy in the building. Gives you closing notes, dog.
Drink your water. Make sure you work on that backlog, and stay safe out there.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. King, kind, build, closing statement.
It's Friday in the UK. So, as everyone listening, make sure you clock out at work a few minutes early and enjoy your Friday. Have a good weekend, and we'll catch you on Thursday.
Damn right. Damn right. Yeah, my closing notes. The capitalist system is a terrible place to be. So if you can clock out early, if you can, screw over the system a little bit, do your thing. You know what I mean? But for real though. Now we're on Thursdays. We have the official podcast day for No Cooldown is going to be on Thursday. So make sure you catch us every single Thursday. We will be here. Unless something changes, then you check our Twitter at No Cooldown Pod for any updates on timing or anything like that. Make sure you stay tuned with us on that end, and make sure you rate the podcast 5 stars. That's how we get up into some new ears, to new audiences. That's how we're getting up there. A lot more content to come from us, so make sure you check us out. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We're also available again on all those different podcast platforms, especially Anchor. So check our base site at anchor.fm/no cooldown, and we should be there. Also, youtube.com/at no cooldown. Video versions all over the place. So check us there. At WenEazy on all of the channels, and at WOTAKU channel, Otaku channel, to check out Wen's content, and at Kxngviii for his content, you know what I'm saying, to check out all the stuff that he's been doing, get up to. If he tweets some random stuff, has a random picture, you know what I'm saying, with some famous Apexers, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You might catch some random stuff every now and again in my stuff that at ThatManTripp. If you want to check out some content that's coming, because I will hopefully be out of hiatus at some point in the next several days. Fingers crossed. We'll figure that out. But yes, that has been episode 56 of No Cooldown Podcast. And we are out of there. Yeah, we're good.
All right, everybody on the stream side. Thank you for kicking it with us. I gotta go eat dinner. So see you guys next time.